This is Blind Date, Show 8, production number 91319, part 1, take 1.
It's Blind Date, and here is your host, Miss Cilla Black.
Thank you. Hello, and welcome to another Blind Date, the show that gives you more dates than there are on the calendar. And we've got 3 likely lads here waiting to be picked by a right likely lass. Let's go and meet them. Come on.
Yeah, it's all right, I don't mind.
You're in my spot.
That's nice. It's all right, it's nice.
Hello, number 1.
Hello.
Tell us your name and where do you come from?
My name's Terry, and I'm from Hertfordshire.
I beat you to it that time. Terry, what do you do for a living? You look absolutely smashing, doesn't he, girls?
Yes! I'm a builder.
You're a builder?
Yeah.
So you build houses and things?
Yeah, mainly extensions, conversions, things like that.
Oh, just talk amongst yourselves. I've got something to do with that, you know.
Just say the word.
Oh,
it's a
yes.
pleasure.
What are your hobbies, by the way?
Football, boxing, snooker, mainly sport, and a busy social life.
What about you, number 2? I know it's hot in the studio. I've got my sleeves rolled up too.
Well, it's the sort of Miami Vice look, apparently. It's the fashion trade. It seems to waste an awfully good jacket, but it is the fashion.
You look more like a Miami mouse.
Miami?
I'm only kidding. Come on, number 2. They don't even know your name out there.
Well, my name's Martin, and I come from Brighton.
What do you do in Brighton?
Well, I'm actually a sales manager for a publishing company, but I don't work in Brighton. I travel all around the country doing it.
Have you met any nice young ladies on your visits all over the country?
Yes, there's a few working some of the places I call on, the wholesalers. It's greeting cards we actually print.
What about you, number 3? What's your name and where do you come from?
My name's Nick and I'm from Croydon.
What do you do for a living, Nick?
I work for an upmarket yachting publication.
Oh, yachting?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do then?
I sell the advertising for them. It's for yachts between 30,000 and as big as you like.
Oh, if you're going to have a yacht, have a big one.
Go for it, sir.
Do you have a boat at all?
I crew on a 60-foot Nicholson occasionally. So I get used to it. Impress the ladies.
Well, I hope you're lucky tonight. Indeed, I hope all 3 of you are lucky. I know only one can go on a blind date, but the best of luck to all the 3 lads. So, see you later. All right. Well, those are our candidates, and here's the girl who'll be voting for just one of them. Isn't it a shame? But her name is Karen, and she comes from Kent. Come in, Karen. Oh, is one of you in for a treat tonight? Karen from Kent.
That's right.
Where do you work, Karen?
I'm a promotions girl.
What do you promote?
Air shows, exhibitions.
Do you like yachts?
Big ones.
I said it once before, I'll say it again. If you're going to have a yacht, have a big one. Well, young lady, you've got 3 questions to ask, so let's not waste time. Shoot away.
I'll ask number 1. I don't like unreliable men. How reliable are you?
Well, I'm very reliable, I would be very reliable on a date, as long as it don't interfere with me snooker, boxing, football, or basically social life.
Would you have enough time to take me out?
Oh, I'll fit you in somewhere, yeah, it'd be nice.
Wonderful.
Right, number 2, the same question.
Yes, I'd say I'm very reliable, about as reliable as a digital watch. Looking at mine, it is 4:30 on February the 30th. So I'm about as reliable as my watch, I'd say.
How would you feel if I was unreliable?
Well, I don't think I'd mind, as long as you turned up eventually, be it next week, next year. I'm not really bothered.
Aren't we boring you, number 2? Keep that in mind, he's not really bothered.
And number 3.
Are you reliable, number 3?
I am the world's most reliable man. What I mean to say, I'm always late. Wherever I go, whoever I meet, I'm always late. But for you, I'd make the exception.
You'd be very late.
Right, my next question, I'll go to number 3. How would you feel if you found out I was a traffic warden?
I love the traffic warden's uniform. I really do adore those flat black shoes, the black stockings, and the kinky peak caps.
You'll like me then. And number 2.
Well, as it happens, I like traffic wardens. I do genuinely like them, because if it wasn't for them sticking tickets on my car with bits of sellotape, it would have fallen apart years ago.
And number 1.
Well, if you can turn a blind eye to my parking on double yellow lines, I think I'd turn a blind eye to the funny uniform.
My last question is being asked by my mum. If I brought my mum along on our blind date, how would you react? I'm going to ask that. I'm going to ask that to number 2.
Thanks very much. Well, if you brought your mother along on our blind date, I think I'd be very happy to see her, as long as she didn't bring her mother with her and her mother with her.
And number 1.
Taking into consideration it's a blind date and I haven't seen you, I might turn up and like your mum.
Number 3.
He's from Croydon.
How would you feel if I brought my mum along on our blind date?
Why would you want to bring your mother along? Would you not feel safe with me? Could you keep your hands off me? Or don't you trust me?
That's your third and final question, isn't it?
It is.
And it's very, very difficult. Listen, I couldn't choose, but it's up to you. And don't decide yet.
Right.
Come on, Graham.
Well, now, will it be number 1, who's not quite sure whether he'd not rather go out with your mother? Or maybe number 2, who can't even give you the time of day? Or maybe number 3, who's kinky about traffic wardens? The decision is yours.
Karen, I'd hate to be in your shoes and... Well, you've got a happy, smiling face. Have you made your decision yet?
I have.
You
I'm
have?
going to go for number 2. I like a conquest.
You like a what?
I like a conquest.
You like a conquest?
Yeah. Oh dear.
You'll never see a bigger conquest than it. Oh, dear. Well, yes. Have you got a sense of humour?
Yes.
No, I only say this because wait till you see the 2 that you turned down. I mean, they're all wonderful, but first of all, you turned down number 3, Karen, and he's Nick from Croydon. What about him? My goodness me. What a... Yes? What do you think?
Can I change my mind?
No. And you also turned down number 1, and that was Terry from Hertfordshire. But it's your own fault, Karen. Ah, no, but he's a salesman and he's got a happy personality and a super smile. You chose number 2, and here he is, Martin from Brighton. You see, Martin, all that big personality came bubbling through, didn't it, Chuck?
It certainly did, Cilla. She chose the best.
Think, Karen, on first impressions, like, you know.
I'll let you know next week.
Well, you've only got one date to go on. We've got several cards here, and who's going to choose then, Karen?
Looks like it's down to me to make it all wrong.
Oh, I know.
I'll take the one in the middle.
All right. And what have you got? Where are you going on your blind date?
If I can open it. We're going for a day in Deauville.
Deauville, ooh la la. You know, that's French.
Yeah, I know.
You're going over... You don't sound too happy about that. You're going to spend a blind date over there. What are you going to do? The weather's really incredible, which it will be, hopefully. You're going to spend a day on the beach.
Lovely.
So you'll be able to see him without his shirt on.
It's like a beached whale.
Then in the evening, you go to one of the casinos.
Ooh.
Have a little flutter on the casino. Oh, please, will you put 10... Excuse me. Could you put 10 francs on number 15 for me?
10 francs on number 15, yes.
Please.
I'll remember that. And if it comes up?
And, well, come back next week.
Oh,
and
you
give
want the
me
money?
Will you come back next week and tell us
Will
all
do.
about it?
We
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Karen and our Martin. What a lovely... Last week, if you remember, Mandy and Peter chose to go on a rock climbing course. Now, I wonder how they got on. Well, then, hello, you two.
Hi.
Went rock climbing. By the end of it, did you climb up the wall?
Nearly.
Let's see.
We first arrived, we were met by the man who was actually going to teach us how to rock climb, and he was a David Bellamy look-alike. He had 3 enormous but gorgeous dogs with him, which Peter, I think he liked them more than me, actually. He's wrapping his arms around them all day and giving them kisses, you know.
Mandy was very cutely attired, had little pink training shoes and matching nail varnish. Very nice for a walk in the country, but not quite for rock climbing.
He was very good at climbing the rocks. He had done it before, but even so, I was very impressed, you know. He did get up there very quickly, really. He got up even better afterwards, after he'd had a few drinks.
Mandy had never been rock climbing. I could tell that when we first arrived there. She sort of peered over the top of the cliff and said, "Don't you use a net?"
Terribly frightened. And he did offer to help me. He was standing at the top of the rock going, "Come on, chickmunk, you can do it." Which put me off, oh, God, I'll get up there, it kills me.
I did seem to look after the whole day, as it were, and play the macho role, while Mandy was the poor, helpless female following in my footsteps.
He did want to treat me like a damsel in distress. He was sitting on the rocks talking, and he said, "Wouldn't it be great if this snake appeared from behind a rock and was just about to bite you, and I could turn around and bite its head off?" It was rather sick, really, but I was a macho man.
Mandy, although on the surface looks a very quiet girl, underneath it all, she's a bit of a devil. She's got a lively sense of humour, and she enjoys playing practical jokes. Very deceptive, very good fun to be with.
I didn't tell him, but I don't like men who have earrings.
Mandy's best features physically were her eyes. She had very, very pretty eyes.
I suppose he did like to impress not only me, but everybody else around, but I wouldn't say he was a poser or anything like that, really.
Although she appears to be, as I say, a little girl lost from the north and not used to jumping off cliffs, great challenges like that, high living in London, By the end of the day, she could have joined the SAS without any problem at all.
I thought he was being extra nice to me because he knew that we were coming back here to discuss what had gone on, and he wouldn't like me to have said anything bad about him, and all his friends at home would think he was a real wally and really nasty, you know. So he had to be nice to me so I could come back and say nice things.
Oh, Peter, what do you think about that last remark? I mean, she said you had to be nice to her because you didn't want to look a wally in front of all your mates, is that right?
Understandably so, I think, because I'd already sussed her out. She looks very, very sweet and pleasant on the outside, but really she's a mixture between sort of Minnie the Minx and E.T., I think.
Yes, you hit him harder. Oh, I felt that myself. Actually, I noticed on the filming there, love, that you did have a sort of black eye. I mean, how did you get that?
That was one of the great adventures of the day. Mandy was about 80 to 100 feet up in the air, and she had a little pink foot slipped and a couple of pink nails came off. And she just hurtled to the ground, and luckily I dived, caught her underneath, and her elbow came in my eye.
Is this true, Mandy?
Very true, yes.
Oh, so you give him the black eye?
She gave me the black eye.
Oh, give him another belt again to go with it. Oh, but, I mean, did you enjoy being a damsel in distress, as, you know, you described?
I don't think I was a damsel in distress all day. I think I did remarkably
A damsel,
well.
not a damsel. But at the end of the day, when we all get down to it, I mean, are you going to see each other again?
I'm sure we will. I mean, we both got on great together. We shared a lot of the same interests, and I hope we do.
What about you, Chipmunk? That's what he called you.
Not very romantic, is he?
No, it's gross, actually.
I've been called Chipmunk ever since. I don't think he realises my real name.
Ah, but it's very endearing, though. Because he's very good-looking, isn't he, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah. And what do you think about her not liking earrings and things, fellas with earrings?
He'll take it out now.
He's going to take it out?
I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to get a big golder one put in.
Oh, through your nose. Ladies and gentlemen, Mandy and Peter, thank you very much. Well, it's time to take a break now, but don't go too far away because we'll be back in a couple of minutes to see how Patty and Chet got on when they went to have tea with Lord and Lady Montague. And we're going to meet the man who has his pick of one of these three gorgeous girls. So see you later.
It's Blind Date, Show 8, production number 91319, part 2, take 1.
To Blind Date. Now, here's a piece of very cynical advice. If you're bored with yourself, get married and be bored with somebody else. Enough of that. Let's go and meet our three girls, one of whom will be soon meeting the new man in her life. And here they are. Hello, girls. Would you like to tell everybody your name and where you come from?
My name's Helen and I'm from Staffordshire.
Are you really? Helen from Staffordshire. Helen, have you got a job?
Yes, I work in a chemical company in a purchasing department buying raw materials.
Really? That sounds very interesting.
It is.
Well, when you're not buying raw materials, what do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, I do dancing and karate.
Oh.
And I've just started weight training.
Have you? Dancing, karate and weight training all at the same time?
No, separately. I couldn't do them.
You could go on the floor for a foxtrot and kill the guy, couldn't you? Enjoy tonight's show. What about you, number 2? What's your name and where do you come from?
My name is Sally and I come from Devon.
You know, Devon, one of my favourite places in this country. Oh, aren't you lucky to come from there?
It's beautiful.
What do you do there?
I'm a hairdresser.
Oh, I could tell. I could tell. You're in your hairdressers today.
Have.
Yes. What do you do in your spare time when you're not sort of putting rollers in and sort of...
I do quite a lot of keep fit and I do weight training as well.
You like that? I mean, it's hard work, though, isn't it?
It's very, yeah. It's good fun, though. Go and see all the men.
Oh, is that why you go? Yeah. We'll have a lot of fun on tonight's show, and I know you'll enjoy it, and your hair's lovely. What about you, number 3?
My name's Sam, and I'm from East London.
Oh, hi, Sam. Sam from East London. And do you like weight training and keep fit and karate?
If I had the time, but with my job, I don't really get the time.
What is your job, love?
I'm a student nurse in my final year.
Oh, that's a lovely job. Yeah, very good. If it were up to me, you'd have a pay rise every 5 minutes. Oh, you're worth your weight in gold, you are. And have you ever fallen in love with one of your patients or anything like that?
Not really, no.
No.
I haven't come across that problem yet.
Well, what do you look for when you're looking for your ideal mate?
It's got to be over 6 foot. And he's got to be quite broad, and he's got to have lots of hair. I like lots of hair. Yeah.
Oh, you don't want much, do you? Well, we'll try and accommodate you on tonight's show. Of course, only one of you can be chosen, but may the best girl win, all right? Enjoy it. See you later. Well, those are our girls, so let's meet the man who has the happy job of choosing one of them. Now, his name is Steve, and he comes from Basingstoke. Come in, Steve. He's blonde. Oh, Steve, how are you?
Fine, thanks.
Have you got a job, Steve?
Yes, I'm a builder.
A builder?
Yes, I work for my grandfather.
Oh.
He's the actual governor, so...
So he's the governor. I mean, do you enjoy your job, though?
Yes, I do. It's very enjoyable. We do lots of different things as well.
And it's hard work, and it builds up your... Oh, he's
Oh.
got muscles as well. He's got muscles as well. Yes, you're blonde, you've got muscles, and you've also got 3 questions to ask those girls.
Yes, that's right.
Can't wait.
No.
You? Off you go, Steve.
Right. Number 1. One day I'm going to build myself a house. If you were going to build a house, what special features would you include in it?
Well, I'd like it to have a luxurious bathroom, and in this bathroom I'd like a rather large bath. And in the middle I would like a plug hole, because if it's around the outside, you always have difficulty sitting down somewhere convenient.
Yes.
She always sits on the plug hole.
She's at the end with the taps.
I don't get that.
Number 2, please.
Well, as I'm into keep fit, I'd really like an ensuite gym with a solarium, a jacuzzi. But seeing it's you, I'd really like an ensuite Steve.
Don't get too weak yet. You've got to ask number 3, haven't you?
Well, I don't know now. Number 3, please.
Well, when my father built our house, he had a swimming pool built in the back garden. So, considering it's like I've been accustomed to it, I'd need at least 1 swimming pool.
She likes men with money.
Yeah. Right. Number 2. The last time you had a row with a man, what was it all about?
Oh, which row? I have a lot of rows, actually. But The reason is because I like kissing and making up.
Everything they say goes,
Oh, it's
nice. You enjoying
lovely.
yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Good. That was number 2.
Number
Yes.
3, please.
Well, it was when I asked a man to drop his pyjama bottoms and turn over, but then I must add, I'm a nurse.
Well, because she's a nurse, you see.
Oh,
She's very quick. Yes, it comes in handy. Especially when she says, drop your trousers. You better remind them of what the question is now. This is to number 1, isn't it?
The last time you had a row with a man, what was it all about?
Well, the argument was over who was going to buy the next round, and what happened was he was standing there with a glass in his hand, and I sort of kicked it out of his hand because I do karate, and after that it was my round, of course.
Bit dodgy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
but-
like getting kicked.
Arrange to do anything else you want to do.
Ooh. Oh, that's...
This is your 3rd and final question, lad.
Yes. If we're in the local pub together, you might find that I was speaking rather a lot chatting to my mates. How would you drag me away from them? Number 1.
Well, as you've heard in the last question, I do karate, so I shouldn't think you'd want to leave me in case something accidental happened to you.
Yes, and especially if you refuse to buy it around.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Terrible. Number 2, please.
Well, if you're with me, darling, you wouldn't even notice your mates.
Look at his little face. He's already made up his mind, he said.
Number 3, please.
How would you drag me away?
How would you drag me in?
Was that the reply? Oh, my goodness me.
Wow.
She's not
She
worried
hasn't seen
about
my mates.
you. She hasn't seen you yet either. Well, they were your 3 questions, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yes, and it's decision time again.
Well, now, will you choose number 1, who gets her kicks out of karate? Or perhaps number 2, whose ideal home is where you could hang your hat, in a jacuzzi? Or perhaps even number 3, who's got a thing about pyjama bottoms? The decision is yours.
Kramer's absolutely right. The decision is yours. Have you made your mind
I've
up?
made my decision, and it's got to be number 2.
What was it that turned you off number 1 and number 3? Karate?
Oh, definitely the karate on number 1. Number 3, close.
Close.
Yeah, but number 2.
Well, let's meet the 2 that you turned down. First of all, you turned down number 3, and that was Sam, and she was from East London. Come in, Sam. Sam Arnott. Thanks a lot. Yes, too late now. What a peach. Oh, you also turned down number 1. Her name was Helen, and she's from Staffordshire. She's going to give it a cross. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
I think you made up your mind from the first reply, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, definitely.
I know you did. I could tell your little eyes were twinkling. Well, your dream has come true tonight. Here's your blind date. You chose number 2, and she's Sally, and she's from Devon. There you go. Have you got a bucket of cold water about? Do you know, I could see his little eyes. On the first reply you gave, he couldn't believe his luck, did you, love?
No, it was very nice.
And now that you've seen her in the flesh...
Yes, I'm still impressed. I'm very impressed.
Oh, isn't that... She's an hairdresser, you know.
Oh, well.
The trim?
Yes, please.
A trim in your place? Who's going to pick the cards? We won't go in.
The lady will.
What?
The lady always
Oh, isn't that nice? He chose you, and he also chose you to pick where you're going on your blind date, so it's... You want that one?
I do.
It's your own fault. What?
You read it. You read it.
What is it?
We have to go.
What do you mean we have to go? That's nice. A day out at Greenwich. Actually, it is nice. These are all ruse, all these things, because you know what you're going to do. You're going to have your own private motor launch.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you come back is unbelievable. You're going to fly back by helicopter.
Always wanted to go in a helicopter.
Oh, wow. I hate them. But it'll be a lot of fun. I know it'll be a lot of fun. Are you going to enjoy yourselves?
I'm going to enjoy myself.
I know you will. I have a feeling. I can feel this, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to get on, aren't they? Yes! Will you come back next week?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, please do. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve and Sally. See you next week. When they twinkle with each other, I just know that they're going to get on. I bet I'm wrong. But let's find out now what happened when Patty and Chet went on their date to Bewley. That would have been a date I would have loved to have gone on. I really would. Did you enjoy it?
It's great.
It was super.
Well, let's see how much.
She wasn't at all like I'd expected she would be. She looked like she had a lot more intelligence than the sort of woman that I would expect to go on a blind date.
Kept thanking me for picking him, which I thought was really sweet. I mean, I was quite happy with him. We were having a really nice day, but he kept saying, sort of patting me on the shoulder and saying, I'm really glad you picked me, and I think we've had a really great day out, and really a day to remember, and thanks so much for picking me.
And we were driven from the station to Bewley stately home in an open-top Rolls-Royce. We felt rather like royalty. It was quite a treat, that was.
And there were two boys about 13 or 14 at the side of the road, and as we drove past, one of them yelled out, "Fascists!" We just collapsed, because, we don't normally ride down in Rolls-Royces either.
There was an opportunity to drive an old Chevrolet, and you drive it round an obstacle track.
I had a bit of trouble with the clutch, and it was kangarooing all over the place, but Chet was very nice about it. I mean, a lot of people, I think, would have been standing on the sidelines making acid comments about women drivers, but it was all right.
I don't know how she drives modern cars, but if it's anything like she was driving the vintage car, first of all, then I think I'd steer well clear.
I think he was showing off a bit, actually, because we went careering round, and the chap was calling out to him to slow down.
You have a monorail which takes you round the sites at Bewley, and that actually goes through the Vintage Motor Museum.
Chet insisted on screaming out the window and sort of going, "Yeah!" So absolutely mortified. I thought, God, he was behaving like an American tourist.
And we were introduced to Lord and Lady Montague, where we shook hands, and the public thought that we were royalty. They must have done. I was absolutely dying with embarrassment at the time.
And Chet sort of talking through his teeth, saying, God, I'm so embarrassed. I've never been so embarrassed in my life.
Lord Montague actually asked me if the other two contestants were disappointed when they weren't picked.
So Chet sort of looked like butter wouldn't melt in his mouth and said, well, they were very disappointed when they saw Patty. So everybody went, ooh.
Patty's best points were she's intelligent. She's got a point of view on most subjects, and she's great fun to spend the day with.
He was a little loud sometimes, and he was a great one for making jokes and sort of slapping his thigh and having a great laugh about it.
Patty and I had a lot in common. We seemed to get on very well. She was intelligent, fun-loving, just my kind of girl, really.
We're both very interested in sailing, so if he were to take me off on some wonderful sailing trips and keep buying me champagne, well, anything could happen.
yet. I heard you say under your breath, oh, well, that wasn't too bad. What about this sailing thing? Have you taken a sailing yet?
Haven't had a chance yet. No, not yet.
Are you going to take a sailing?
Yes. You're good at navigating.
Yes, brilliant.
What about, I mean, Patty, you know, you went on all... You said a lot through that interview, what you did during the day. But, I mean, you never really said what you really felt about him. I mean, how do you really feel about him?
He was great fun to be with.
Yes?
Yes. We had a lovely day out. I was very happy I chose him. He was really good fun to spend the day with. He was a bit loud. I don't think I'd like to get drunk with him because I think he'd get unbearable after a few drinks.
You're a bit loud. How do you feel about that?
It has been said in the past.
How did you enjoy these trips in the cars in the museum? The cars?
Well, I mean, we went on, I think, every single form of transport that man's invented. We went on the vintage Rolls-Royce, we went on a double-decker vintage bus, on the monorail. We had Lord Bewley's MM1 licence plate Daimler. It was fantastic, wasn't it, really, Patty? It was a great day out.
You both enjoyed the cars. Did you enjoy the museum?
Oh, great fun, yeah. It was such a treat to be able to go in them. And at one point we were walking around the museum and we were allowed to climb into all these cars and had our photograph taken all the time and driving these Aston Martins and things. And some tourist asked, there was an old man showing us around, and some tourist said, oh, you know, can we get in there as well? And he said, oh no, these two are special guests of Cilla Black's.
I feel like royalty myself, but
Well,
you
we felt like
didn't
royalty.
enjoy being treated like royal. You found it very embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm not easily embarrassed, but that was terrible. I felt like dying that day. That was awful. Yeah, being photographed.
Princess Patty at your side.
Really.
Patty
Well, are you
revelled in
going to
it.
take her out again? I mean, she desperately wants to go sailing with lots of champagne, so...
If you're any good at navigating, there's a place there, because the last time I sailed, I went to France and I got lost. So you can come along and do a bit of navigation. But yeah, we'll have lunch.
As
We'll
long
have
as
lunch.
you ended up in the Caribbean, I don't mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, Patty and Chet, thanks a lot. Well, I'm afraid the clock's beaten us again, but never fear. Scylla will be here. Next week, we'll be back next week to see how Karen and Martin and Steve and Sally got on. And of course, there'll be lots more blind dates, so please join us, please. Until then, ta-ra, everyone. Ta-ra!